Hello, welcome to the Short Chris interview thing, which is what I've called this.
That's amazing.
Thank you very much. I'm joined by Kirsty and Sarah, the Pearl Harts, at the Seabright Arms on the 21st, isn't it?
21st.
Yeah, for a sold-out gig.
It is sold out.
Yeah, and it's your launch, right, for the Glitter and Spit. So congratulations on releasing that last month.
Thank you.
How's the reception gone for that so far, guys?
Good, yeah. I think we've had some people. We had some pledges. We did our whole album free pledge campaign. So we had people that pre-ordered the album, which was great because it showed us that we had some support financially getting the album across, and we also had support of people that wanted to buy our music. Yeah. And then we've had some sales after that, which is really positive. And then we're just halfway through our UK tour. So the crowds have been really great, haven't they? In Manchester, Leeds, and Glasgow so far.
Okay, so carrying on with that, have you had any like crazy moments with the gigs so far? Any like crazy fans or crazy things happening?
I think so far it's been the craziest thing was the load-in in Glasgow. Because there's just the two of us and we're kind of doing it. We're just going to smash this tour out. It's small venues. We can't really afford to pay for roadies or like a driver even, so we're kind of doing it all ourselves, and we sort of drove up in the snow and it was 5 hours, and then the load-in was like up 3 flights of stairs,
but like 3 massive venue flights of stairs, not just 3 flights of stairs, like huge steps, and we had to take it was a workout, wasn't it, mate?
It really was.
Being the same height as you, I can relate to that. Yeah. I wanted to cause a little bit of a stir for you guys, so I wanted to ask, what is the best and the worst thing about touring together? Who wants to go first?
That's a nice question.
I know what Kirsty's going to say.
Oh my god. Okay, so the best thing, shall I start with the bad? Because then I can redeem myself with the good. The worst thing about touring with Sarah is that she's really, 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 really messy. Like when she goes anywhere, everything that she owns just explodes.
Nice.
Like, and that's pants or like drum skin or whatever. It sticks, and I'll just sit down somewhere and I'll be like, oh, what's that? And it'll be something of Sarah's. And then we'll get to the end of the night and she'll be like, oh mate, I can't find this. So yeah, it's dealing with Sarah's mess is one of the worst things. But one of the best things is touring with my best mate.
Sweet.
Yeah,
okay.
She's my best mate, so we just we have fun and we chat and laugh and giggle and be stupid. So
nice. Do you want to have your say in that case?
I can't really top that one, can I? She's already beaten me to it. I would say that the best and worst thing about being in a band with Kirsty or touring with Kirsty is it's equal. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's like no more, and that's partying.
Oh, okay, I see.
Good.
So yeah,
so you're saying it's equal good and equal bad.
Well, sometimes it's amazing and we have like the best night, and at other times when it's like in the early hours of the morning and you're just like, oh my god, we've got to be up in like 3 hours. That's when it's not so good, but it's always fun, but sometimes it's a bit much.
So has there been a few gigs hungover in that case?
I know what you're talking about.
We're the utmost professional.
Exactly. Sarah, I did a little bit of research on you actually. I found your little website. So I was really fascinated. Obviously, you've got quite a prolific lot of being a drummer for other artists and different places, basically. I was particularly interested to find out that you've done stuff with like Hans Zimmer, Pharrell Williams, Charlie XCX, is that right?
Yeah, well, so the Hans Zimmer and Pharrell Williams was some gigs that I did at Hammersmith Apollo about 3 years ago, and it was the first live show that Hans Zimmer done with a sort of live band and orchestra and choir and stuff, and Pharrell Williams was one of the special guests. So that was really amazing, and I think he's since sort of touring with a sort of like we were sort of part of a drum line, so he's been touring with that but with like a smaller drum line. Hey. So that was pretty cool. And Charlie XCX, quite a few of my friends have played in her band. Okay. And I played at Gibraltar Rocks with her.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and actually somebody who's going to be appearing on stage with us tonight just for a special song. Mm-hmm. She used to be in Charlie's band, like sort of permanent band member.
Oh, fantastic.
So she's amazing. I love Charlie XCX.
So a few little extras then tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, my phone's going.
That's all right, don't worry. So I want to come back to you guys as a band together, obviously. You guys have obviously had the chance to tour and support some pretty cool acts as well over the last couple of years, obviously with Garbage and Skunk Anansi. I wanted to ask you guys what has been your highlight of that so far. How has it helped you guys develop with those gigs and venues, and where do you plan to go next?
Well, I think I guess the highlight was just being on the tour itself. Like we learn a lot when you're on tour, and I think that sometimes you get the most knowledge out of sort of the difficult times. So it was when we did one of the biggest gigs, I think, in Italy. Well, I know it was in Italy because I remember it like it was freaking yesterday. Yeah, and it was only a gig in Italy. It was to like 10,000 people or around about, and it was really hard because we were really nervous, and we were only a two-piece, and it was a big stage, and we just wanted to make sure that we could nail it. So so I just think we learned a lot from the challenges on the road. So they're the highlights that can also be the parts that like make you grow. Yeah. So I mean, and then obviously just being around like those bands like Shirley and Skin and all the other guys, like it was just really inspiring, and we got a lot of good advice, and it was just like it made us feel like we're ready for the next step, like more pro, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've had the chance to have a listen through your album.
Oh, yeah?
It's absolutely fantastic, by the way.
Cool,
it's a really good
thanks.
listen through. Like I listened to the whole thing right through. So I wanted to ask a couple of questions based on that, really. What was the biggest hurdle in kind of making the album? My brother always asks me to ask these kind of things. So.
Hurdle.
Actually, the album itself
It was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long labour. A 2-year labour.
Yeah, we had it ready, but there were delays along the way. So it was just a matter of trying to we wanted to get it out, and there were just avenues of trying to make it work, so that we could make it the best that we could do, and we got there in the end. But it definitely felt like when it came out I guess it's like 3 weeks ago now or something, it definitely felt like a weight had been lifted. So it was really good. It felt really good to have it released. But I just think timing and doing the Skunk Anansi tour, that came in the middle, so I wouldn't say that was a hurdle, because it was amazing to do the tour, but it definitely delayed things a little bit because we had to be travelling on the road, so we couldn't be in the studio. So
and it's like people like, I think it's easy to forget because we don't like earn an income from this band. Everything that we earn, we have to put back into it at the moment. So we've got like jobs and stuff, and it's kind of like fitting everything in. So like we go on tour for 6 weeks, like that's when we're not like working in sort of like jobs that we might have, and we're sort of like trying to fit it all in. And also with music, like there's times of year where it's good to release music, and times of year where it's not so good to release music. And also if you've got a PR person that's working with you, they need like a lead time. So there's all these things that you kind of have to like fit in, which sounds kind of like straightforward, but it's not that easy. And we manage ourselves too, so kind of like fit in all the like the bits of touring that we've done in with recording and writing, and then having a job and our lives as well. It's like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle sometimes.
Exactly. It's a good balancing act.
Yeah.
So I wanted to also ask, why did you choose the name Glitter and Spit for the album?
I'll let you go with that one, mate. I know you just had a long old talk there. I mean, Sarah came up with the name.
Okay.
We were brainstorming with ideas of duality. So there's two of us. Sometimes one can be hard, one can be soft. The other can do. We work with each other's skills. Like a good example of, I guess this comes from Sarah's partying, love and hate. But sometimes one of us can be partying a bit too hard, and then the other one can bring it back down, and vice versa.
Yeah.
We're on the same level, but we're always looking out for each other. And we wanted to utilise this duality aspect. And one of us is glitter and one of us is spit. But then sometimes the other one's spit and the other one's glitter, we wanted to also challenge a few gender roles in terms of girls get put on with this, like in the rock world, they've just got to wear like studs and be glittery and be all like sexy with leather and I love that. I think like girls are great in leather, but I'm also saying that it doesn't always have to be like that, and they can wear glitter, but they can like spit on people as well. I'm not going to spit on anyone.
And get a bit of punk going.
That's it. It's just to try and sort of show the sort of the yin and yang, the black and white of female and rock, and what we want to do.
So we'll go on to one of the last questions I wanted to ask. Who is Lara? Because you seem a bit annoyed at her.
No, I'm not annoyed at her. We love her. Oh my God, Lara is the best. She's like she's amazing. She's wild and fierce and badass and fearless, and she's just great. She's a good time as well. Go out of Lower, she's a good time.
She's another partier then.
She's she's the queen of partying, mate. She's what got us to start partying.
Nice.
And we talked about partying a lot in this
Like the
interview.
godmother of party.
Yeah. Do you want to party? That's what Laura's like. She's not here tonight though. She's on tour.
Where are you, Laura? Come here.
I know.
Right, so anyway, thank you very much for joining me tonight,
Thanks
guys.
for having
I can't wait to see you guys perform live and all the exciting things that you've got waiting for us up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to catch the Pearl Harts anytime soon, they've got 2 more gigs left. So they'll be performing in Brighton and also finishing off in Peterborough.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot then. I was like.
Thank you very much, guys. Go and buy Glitter and Spit.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.